funk, thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, high late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Eyes realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and know that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The rain be looking like when blessings dropping. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Hey, my apologies, y'all. I'm so sorry. I honestly thought I had the stream set for 8:15. I didn't know I had it set for 8, I think. But yeah, I was in the process of, getting my outfit set and all kind of stuff, I forgot, I honestly forgot, y'all. So that's why I had to kind of push it back, get myself together. Then I had to do a quick sound check. Then after that, had to fix myself a cup of coffee. So once again, I apologize for the tardiness, okay? Y'all know me. I try to be as punctual as possible because I know that your time is important, okay? I know that your time is important and I do not want to waste your time. But nevertheless, I appreciate you tuning in to the podcast today. I am Urban. And we're going to have a hell of a good show today, all right? Appreciate everyone who's on tuned in right now. Cherish, I see you in the chat right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. Thank you for so much pulling up into my house as well. Oh, my God. Woo. Man, I'll be fixing a hell of a good cup of coffee. I ain't lying. My coffee be better than Starbucks. I ain't lying, y'all. Wonderful, wonderful. But nevertheless, we're going to have a hell of a good show today, y'all. Side Patch, I see you in the building too. Welcome, salute, welcome. Oh, first of all, Merry Christmas to y'all. Hope y'all had a really, really good Christmas holiday. For those of y'all who celebrated, those of y'all who didn't celebrate it, hope you had a great day as well too, that you got things, done that you need to get done, be productive, or just chilling out and relaxing, okay? Hope you got that take care of as well too, okay? So with that being said, once again, let's go ahead and jump into the show because once again, I don't want to waste y'all time. So today, we're going to talk about Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, okay? I hate to call Simone Biles by her last name because she is legally married now. So I'm going to respect her, okay? So I'm going to call her Simone Biles-Owens to respect her marriage, all right? Because I've been noticing that a lot of people, like, content creators and people on TikTok, right? They honestly is not respecting their marriage at all. They keep referring to her as Simone Biles, but she's not Simone Biles no more. She's Simone Biles-Owens, all right? So we have to respect that. If y'all could sit up there, it could respect Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Call her Jada Pinkett Smith. Surely y'all could respect Simone Biles, okay? And call her by her marriage name. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna do my very best to respect that. Call her Simone Biles-Owens. I may slip up a time or two, but I'm human. Charge it to the game. All right. But let's get to it, y'all. So they been in the social media space. The reason why they been in the social media space is because Jonathan actually did a interview on the podcast, right? So the interview on the podcast, according to sources and according to other people, right, it didn't go exactly how the way people expected it to go. But the crazy part about it is that the Owens, right, they thought the podcast went great. They enjoyed themselves. They had a great time and everything. But that's how social media is, y'all. Social media could be very, very finicky. Social media could either be with you at one point in time, or they could be against you at another point in time. It is how it is. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about this today, y'all. The main topic of the discussion that we're going to talk about today is that we're going to talk about, is this dude truly worthy? Is he truly not only worthy, but is he truly the catch? All right. Now, once again, throughout social media, right, he been getting a lot of backlash because he described himself as being the catch. All right. So, of course, myself, I went through, my sources, and I reviewed different TikToks, and I actually found the actual podcast that they was on when they had this particular segment, okay? So tonight, we're going to talk about this, all right? I actually have the segment as well, too. We're going to review that video. I'm going to give y'all my perspective about this whole situation, and we're going to dive into this, okay? Once again, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit that like button as you come on in. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Appreciate everybody who's reviewing me in the bushes as well, too, and who's going to catch the replay of this stream as well, too. Salute. El Cheapo, what's up with it? Salute. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Sure enough, welcome. Merry Christmas. So let's go and dive into it, y'all. Now, my argument is this, okay? My argument is that I believe that men are the prize. I believe that men are the catch. I do. I believe that men are the prize, and I believe that men are actually the catch. Salute, welcome, Merry Christmas. I do. I honestly do. I honestly do. In this show, I'm going to prove to y'all, from my perspective, why I believe that men are the catch. Now, however, just because I say that men are actually the catch and men are actually the prize, that doesn't negate women, okay? That doesn't mean that women are not the prize neither, okay? That doesn't mean that men are superior over women. No, that ain't what that means. Because when I was doing my research on this topic, a lot of the pushback was coming from feminist women who believed that when he said that, right, they believed that he was saying that in a more of a patriarchal, superior type of mentality. But that ain't what he was talking about, okay? So therefore, I believe, not only I believe, I know that men are the catch, okay? And today, I'm going to share with y'all my perspective of the reason why I believe this, okay? And I'm sharing with y'all my perspective about what Jonathan Owens was actually talking about when he was doing this interview, okay? But before we get there, right? Before we actually review the actual segment, right? Let's go to these different TikToks, all right? Because I want to build something with y'all, okay? I want to build an understanding with y'all about why the behavior is happening the way it is in social media, all right? So let's go to our clips and stuff, right? And we're going to go through this, all right? So let's go.
Simone Biles and her husband, Jonathan Owens, have responded to the backlash from the podcast interview he did where he recalls meeting Simone and basically said that he didn't know who she was before they started dating and that he was the catch when most of us don't even know his name. We only know that he's Simone's husband. But anyways, Jonathan...
Let me stop it right there, okay? Let me stop it right there. Notice what she did right off the bat. Right off the bat, she tried to negate who this dude is, okay? Now, this is the argument that every feminist type of woman, and also this is the behavior of some homosexual males who's part of the LGBT community as well too. This is going to be their premise of their argument. They are all going to say the same as that thing. Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? I want y'all to understand this, okay? The whole point is that it doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter about his social status, okay? Hell, if he never said what he said, I guarantee that no woman, no type of feminist woman would mention about who he is. There are many people who are out there right now, many celebrities are out there who have husbands that people don't even know who they are. But you don't hear them giving them pushback about that. Who is that? Who is that? But guess what they would do? Guess what they would do? They would commend them on their IG. They'll say, oh man, y'all was just a breath of fresh air. Y'all a power couple and all these different other things. But by him making this statement right, all of a sudden people don't know who he is. Many of us men, we know who he is. We knew that he was a safety playing with the Green Bay Packers. We knew that. We knew that. Did we care about that? Was that relevant to us? Hell no, because we don't care. It's not that serious. But however, that's what women do. Well, let me correct myself. That's what these type of feminist women with that modern woman behavior would do. They'll try to find every little nitbit to try to pick and pull and take apart to try to prove an argument. But let's continue.
and shared pictures with Simone on Instagram writing, "Unbothered, just know we locked in over here," and Simone commented saying, "For life." Yesterday, Simone also posted a picture from their wedding writing, "Mood," and Jonathan also shared this on his Instagram story writing, "You never cease to amaze me, you deserve it, baby, so proud of you." So in the podcast interview, Jonathan claimed that he never really followed gymnastics before he started dating Simone, but of course Twitter did its thing and uncovered old tweets from 2012.
Okay. So we're gonna look at that segment shortly, but what she talking about is that part of the segment he was explaining to them that he really didn't know who Simone Biles was. Okay, now part of that I call cap on that because Simone Biles is well known, okay, around the world for being a gymnast. Okay, she has won several gold medals throughout her prime of being a gymnastics. Simone Biles was also known for controversial things, which I'm going to want to go into more detail about that. But one of the biggest controversies that I don't know if y'all remember this, right? But about 2 years ago, there was a huge push about mental health, okay? About mental health and about people taking mental health breaks. A situation had arisen with Simone Biles where she ended up mentally shut down and she needed to take a mental break. So therefore, she ended up withdrawing herself from the Olympics. I think it was the Olympics from Tokyo. She ended up withdrawing herself for taking a mental break. Okay? So we're going to go more to detail. I'm going to explain that, and this is the reason why I'm bringing that up, okay? So even then, I believe that he knew of her, right? He knew of her, but he didn't really know her. So the other part of this is that I believe that he only knew what he knew versus social media, and that's it. But he didn't know her personally. So therefore, I believe when he was saying that, I believe that he was saying that he didn't know her personally as a person versus her being, a celebrity or being a gymnast, okay? But let's continue.
At one point, he tweeted saying, "Low-key, I be hoping that the people from the other nations fall when they be doing gymnastics." Here are some of his other tweets talking about Gabby, even criticizing her bottom teeth. Men. And he even tweeted saying, "Why is there an Asian coach for the USA girls gymnast?" So clearly he followed it at least a little bit. And if you follow gymnastics, you know who Simone Biles is.
So that's her claim right there. Her two claims is that, who is this dude? And he was saying that he didn't know who she was. That's her two claims of this argument. But let's continue. We got another clip, y'all. Now here's a dude who's part of the LGBT community. Let's listen to what you got to say.
So after Simone Biles' husband acted like he didn't know who she was when they first met, he's a football player. Maybe he doesn't know gymnastics. Twitter uncovered that he was live tweeting gymnastics in 2012. He tweets about Gabby Douglas. Gabby just need to get them bottom teeth and then her smile will be cool. He's a football player. He doesn't know gymnastics. He follows that up with quite the tweet. "Why is there an Asian coach for the USA girls gymnasts?" Well, we are in America. I don't know what else to say. Finally, he tweets, "Low-key, I be hoping that the people from the other nations fall when they be doing gymnastics, LOL." Now, his wife was not in the 2012 Olympics. She was in the 2016 Olympics, but it's just funny. You were live tweeting them in 2012, and Simone is 30 times more famous than any of the gymnasts from 2012, and she's the most decorated U.S. gymnast of all time. Maybe you did know who she was, but because she's so successful and she's at such a high level, you had to downplay her because her success makes you feel emasculated. And by the way, what's your name again? I only know you as Simone's husband.
Once again, the shame, the guilt, the insults, the need to be right, even through the one LGBT community. Then on top of that, they're not explaining their reasoning why he said what he said. They're not giving a strong argument. They keep on going after who is you? Who is he? And their biggest defense is, oh, well, he was talking about that. So who cares? Who cares if he was tweeting about Gabby? Okay, who cares about that? That doesn't matter. The whole point of the matter is that these people are making the claim that ultimately that Simone Biles need to divorce this dude because they honestly believe that this dude is superior over her, that he's putting her down. They believe that Simone Biles is a fool for marrying him, just based on that false interpretation. But we're going to continue, y'all. Let's go. I'm building up my argument for y'all. Now, here's the next one, y'all.
Does he prefer cuddles or kisses?
I know everyone is reacting to Simone Biles' husband.
Now, this particular video, I want y'all to listen very attentively to what she's going to say, all right? Because part of this, what she's saying, I actually do agree with her on this, and I'm explaining the reason why, all right? But let's go. I'm rewinding back just a little bit, okay?
Or cuddles or kisses?
I know everyone is reacting to Simone Biles' husband's interview responses, but for me, it goes all the way back to the couple content. I have said it before, I will say it again. Couples who make couple content are the most unhappy couples ever. And I think it's because they think that the more people they can invite in to validate their relationship on the internet, that it will feel better to them, or it will feel more exciting or satisfying or joyful, and it just never does. So as soon as this guy popped out of nowhere and started making all these challenge videos with her, I was like, oh, she is in the trenches, miserable.
All right, so part of this, I agree with her on this. The part where she's talking about how couples be making these different videos on their socials, whether it's on Facebook, IG, some I've seen power couples create a whole YouTube channel together that's doing a whole vlog of their marriage and relationships and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I agree with her on that. I honestly do. I have said this countless of times that whenever you put your business out there, right, you give people like myself and other people an entitlement to critique your relationship based on our personal experience. Now, you cannot get upset when you put your business out there, then we start critiquing it, right? That you talking about, or they doing this, or they doing that, or they bullying me, whatever. No, that's because you put it out there. I firmly believe that no couples, period, should be putting their relationships out there, period. Whether if it's their marriage, whether if they in a polygamous relationship, whether if they in a polyamorous relationship with children, I believe that you should be, don't put none of that out there, because what you do, you subject people to critique your content. It's going to happen. You're going to have people that's going to either give you a positive critique about it, or you're going to have people who are crazy out there, who are crazy and toxic out there, who are going to give you a negative review. Then most of the time, them type of negative reviews is what go viral. And next thing you know, people looking at you from a different perspective. It'll probably your intentions to show a positive side of your relationship, right? But here it is, a person like, say for example, a person like this woman right here. She critique your relationship. Her particular TikTok goes viral. All they see is her TikTok critiquing your relationship in a negative way. Everybody starts jumping on the bandwagon and agreeing to that. Next thing you know, you're trying to figure out what in the hell happened. It's because you put yourself out there. So to be honest with y'all, I don't believe, period, that you should ever put your relationship out there on social media. The only people who should have access to your relationship is your most important circle, your inner circle. That means your immediate family, which is, your maybe your aunties, uncles, if you cool with them, have a relationship with, grandma, grandpa, mama, daddy, brothers, sisters, and some cousins. And that's it. Any other people outside of that, they shouldn't have access to what's going on with you, period. And that doesn't mean. Now, hold up. Let's review the other part back. I lost my thought a little bit. Let's go.
I know everyone is reacting to Simone Biles' husband's interview responses, but for me, it goes all the way back to the couple content. I have said it before, I will say it again. Couples who make couple content are the most unhappy couples ever. And I think it's because they think that the more people they can invite in to validate their relationship on the internet, that it will feel better to them, or it will feel more exciting or sad.
Okay, there's another point I was going to make too. Now, I also agree about the behavior part about the validation part. I believe that the reason why people do that is because deep down inside they want other outside sources to validate them, meaning that they want to commend them on their progress or their relationship. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking like, Irby, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with having that type of validation and acceptance? What is wrong with it is that, once again, that type of validation or acceptance is only coming from that outside source. And on top of that, in most cases, that type of validation is not genuine from people. And on top of that, that type of validation is coming from people who are, to be honest with you, jealous of your relationship. It's coming from people who envy your relationship. It's coming from people that they want to see your downfall. They want to see your destruction of your relationship. That's where it's coming from. So to prevent all that from happening, right, it's better for you to not put your relationship out there in the streets. Gary, salute, welcome.
Satisfying or joyful, and it just never does. So as soon as this guy popped out of nowhere and started making all these challenge videos with her, I was like, oh, she is in the trenches, miserable.
Now the last part where she was talking about that they are miserable and stuff. Now I believe that part is like a stretch. I believe that part is a real stretch. Okay. I don't believe that when people put their business out there, I don't believe that they're miserable, right? Unless it got it to the point where it goes viral and they're just constantly receiving backlash, then yeah, it'd probably be miserable to them. But also at the same time, right, there's some people out there that want that. They want that clout. So they necessarily won't be miserable because that's what they wanted to begin with in the first place. So they become empowered by that, okay? So that situation is flip on, two sides of the coin, all right? So before I continue, let me go ahead and acknowledge the chat real quick. Once again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the stream. We're going to continue, right? Gary, once again, I see you in the building. Everybody who in the bushes, I see you in the building as well too. But yeah, let's put up some of these comments, okay? Let's go. Let's see what we got. Cheapo, she said this. Yeah, who he is. I already explained it to you. He is a safety with the Green Bay Packers. All right. You would know that if you watch football. Let's see. Sure enough, say still here. Cherish, she said, oh, wow. Cheapo come back and said, she said, people need to mind their business and let people live. Facts. I agree. Big facts. I agree. And once again, Gary, he pulled up, said, good evening, Urban and chat. Then Cherish, she followed back, said, Gary, hey, again. All right, so let's go ahead, y'all. Let's go ahead. Let's continue to review this, okay? I got another video that I'm going to want to share with y'all, all right? Got a couple more, to be honest with y'all, okay? All right, so let's listen to this particular content creator perspective about what's going on, all right?
Simone Biles' husband is going super viral right now for saying that he is the catch in their relationship. And the reason this is so funny is because bro is literally known as Simone Biles' husband.
Well, once again, he using this argument about bro is only known as Simone Biles' husband. Continue.
If you didn't know, he is also this dude, number 34, the guy who had the perfect angle to make a tackle and looked like my grandmother out there getting absolutely cooked for a touchdown against the Chargers. Chris Godwin had 155 yards against the Packers thanks to number 34 who was trying to tackle his own teammates. And on this play, you can see him standing completely still in the end zone while the receiver scores a touchdown right next to him. Sometimes you literally need a graph to show how bad his coverage is because he was one-on-one here and just track the route number 34 takes on this play since it is actually unbelievably bad. Basically.
Okay, so his argument right now is that, first of all, he started out by saying people don't know who he is, but clearly, you can see who he is. You could clearly see that he is a professional football player with the Green Bay Packers. Okay, clearly. Another thing, too, that y'all need to understand is that. Do y'all not know that it takes a lot for a man to be a part of the NFL? Another part that I want y'all to understand too is this. Jonathan went undrafted, okay? Do y'all know how hard it is in the NFL to go undrafted that to finally be a part of a team. Do you know how hard that is to do that and to be a part of a team eventually? That is difficult. But nevertheless, he still made it, and he's still part of that franchise. So therefore, he is somebody. Just because he's not a popular player like Dak Prescott or whatever, right? That doesn't negate the fact that he is a professional athlete, okay? So this whole argument that they keep saying, right, who is he? Who is he? Just because you don't watch football, that doesn't mean that he's not known in the NFL, okay? With that being said, we are going to review this podcast that he was actually on with NFL players, by the way. We're going to review this podcast. We're going to go back to this video because there's something key in this video that I want to share with y'all that was happening in this situation too. So I want to get it right at this part where he started talking about this, right? And we're going to leave it right there. And we're going to actually look at the actual podcast now, okay? So let's go ahead. Now, this actual podcast that went viral, all right? So let's listen attentively to what's going on.
As us pretty red dimes as we are, how in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? And I love this football talk, bro. I gotta get to it. I'm over here rubbing my knees trying to answer this.
Hey, Chad, I wanted to tell him, he's talking about being looked over. Now, when the right people look at you. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so the question that was asked on this podcast is, hey, bro, how did you pull Simone Biles? Let me translate what they're saying, ladies, okay, so y'all can understand. Us fellas, we call this barbershop talk, okay? So when we're using the word pulling and all this stuff there, that does us giving accolades to our fellow brethren for, you know, pulling a certain type of woman, especially a woman on, you know, not Gabby, but on Simone Biles' caliber, okay? Anytime when a man pulls any type of woman of a high caliber that we believe, that we call dimes or anything like that, we celebrate. We literally do celebrate that in the barbershop. We give you high fives and everything. Like, bro, yeah, you did that. We literally do that for real. That's part of what the brotherhood do. All right. So to translate that, basically what they're asking is, hey, bro, we honor and respect your relationship with your wife. So we want to know, what was the whole process of you talking to your wife? What was the interaction? How did y'all meet? That's basically what they're asking.
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question,
Oh,
man.
Lord Jesus. Now you with Fred.
He said this. She pulled me, actually. And I want y'all to, that particular clip is what went viral. All right, part of it. Now I'm going to play it back again. I'm play it back.
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question,
Oh,
man.
Lord Jesus. Now you with Freddie. Now it's back. now you
Listen,
with
I'm gonna tell you organic story, man. So I just got to Houston. I probably have been to Houston 7 months. I was single at the time, you know, so I'm just living, being me and myself. And COVID had just hit, but I had just went to Arizona, and one of my boys are like, hey, man, you gotta check out this app, you know. And
all right, so I want y'all to understand the timeline as well, too, because a lot of people didn't hear this part. They only heard the part that he was saying that he's the prize. Okay. Now, the timeline is this. This happened right when C-19 hit, meaning that this happened when we was in the first stages of the pandemic, okay? Remember back in 2019, we were in the pandemic. Meaning that we was part of social distancing and stuff, right? So different people had to come up with innovative ways to try to meet each other, right? To try to prevent from spreading the virus. A company had developed a app, right, for you to do social distancing. And how the way they developed the app is that they allow you to go on the app, right? Create a profile that while you're on that app, you can interact with that person by, you know, literally FaceTiming on the app. That was basically the type of app that him and Simone had signed up for during that time, okay?
I'm like, I'll check it out. Like, what is it? It was called Raya at the time. So basically it's like a dating app, but you know, you have to go through certain like criteria to make sure that you're who you are. So literally have been on the app for a couple of days, man, and it's like she pops up and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics, I ain't never, you know, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity.
Now, listen to what he said. He said that he never really paid attention to gymnastics. He never said that he didn't know nothing about gymnastics as the argument that people are saying, right? He said he never really paid attention to it, meaning that just because he probably seen a couple of clips here and there, that was something that he really wasn't interested in. That's what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about that he didn't know the sport, period, because that would be ignorant on his part, okay? Because everybody knows about gymnastics and everybody knows about Gabby Bubble. Why do I keep saying Gabby? Simone Biles, okay? Everybody knows about Simone, okay? But let's continue.
So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her and it said we matched. So I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout and I come back and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, you know, and I'm like.
Now look at this. Look at this. Look how Gabby is, Simone. Why I keep calling her Gabby? Why Gabby Butler name is in my mind now? Simone, damn it. Look how Simone is smiling. She's happy. Look at her. She's content. As you ladies are say right, that she's glowing. She's keying and everything. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with her being happy and content with her husband? A matter of fact, one of the key arguments about modern day women who are part of this modern day women feminist movement is that they believe that men do not treat women with respect. They believe that men be treating modern day women as property. Now, if Simone felt like her husband, Jonathan, was treating her as property, she wouldn't be smiling like this. Look at her. Look at her. She wouldn't be showing her teeth. She wouldn't be smiling. She wouldn't be doing none of that. A matter of fact, if she wasn't happy about her husband, she wouldn't even have pulled up on this platform at all, y'all. She wouldn't. She wouldn't have pulled up on this platform. She wouldn't have pulled up on the show, supported him or nothing like that if she was just so unhappy. But look at her. She happy, y'all. Look at her.
You know, and I'm like, oh, this might be it. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, you know, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake.
Okay, did y'all hear what he said? He said he went and took a shower. After he swiped, and they matched right. He just didn't think nothing else about it. Well, okay, that's what's up. So he went and took a shower, whatever, did other things that he needed to do, came back, and guess what? Simone had messaged him. Why you mention this, Urban? The reason why I mention this is because what he stated earlier. What he stated earlier is that it was her. Meaning that it was even though he initiated the whole entire thing by creating his profile, creating the app, and making the movement of swiping right. It was her who had decided if she wanted to communicate with him or not. She decided. This is the reason why, ladies, this is the reason why we say this, is that one of the key resources that y'all have is the actual ability to have relationships. It is through y'all who choose to be in a relationship with us. You can either choose to be in a relationship with us or not. We don't have that choice in that matter. Y'all do. Just as the same way how y'all have access to y'all bodies, right? Y'all choose whether or not if you want to have sex and procreate with us, right? Y'all choose that, not us. Same situation. She chose that, not him. But let's continue.
Fake, like, I don't know. Just
Scorpio, salute.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won.
Yeah, old boy looking like, yeah, right. At this point, I have to agree with him on this. Like, come on, bro. I know you knew who Simone was. Stop capping. But it's the reason why he's saying all this. But let's continue.
In the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC. We didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man.
So you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah.
Listen. He said, so in this situation, you were really the catch. And then he followed up by saying, yeah, I always believe that men is the catch in the situation. So here's a question I want to ask. Let me switch it real quick so I could be intimate with y'all. Here's the question I want to ask y'all, okay? Here's the question I want to ask y'all. What makes the man the catch? What makes the man the catch? What makes men the catch? Since this is the argument. Since y'all say, oh, no, no. I know he didn't say that he's the catch. What makes men the catch? I'm going to explain it to y'all. Like I explained it a few seconds ago, what make us the catch for women is because, once again, women are the one who determines the relationship. Women are the one who determine if they're going to be in a relationship with us or not. Women are the one who are going to determine if they're going to procreate with us or not. Women are the one who are going to determine if they're going to allow us access to their bodies or not. But in order for that to happen is what? A woman had to select the man. The woman had to actually choose the man. So therefore, we are the catch. Now, I know y'all want to go into this whole mentality saying that, well, Urban, what about men? What about men being the hunters, right? Y'all hunters, right? Y'all the one who go and pursue women, right? Y'all the one who go pursue us, right? True. That's what we do. That's exactly what Jonathan did. Jonathan initiated the pursuit by logging on to that app, signing up for the services, looking at different type of women. He swiped on her picture, right? Swiped on her picture. And that was his job of pursuing her. But ultimately, it's the woman who catches the man. That's what y'all need to understand. It is ultimately the woman who catches us, because it is the woman who chooses to be with us or not. We don't choose the relationship, even though there's some men out there who are narcissists, who are toxic and controlling out there that think that they have control of the relationship, when in reality they don't. They don't. That's why it's so easy. Like, even let's go back to this narcissistic situation or toxic relationship. That's why women, I want y'all to understand this clearly. That's why y'all need to understand that y'all have way more power than what you think you have. You really do. That's why part of the feminist movement I actually agree with, which is what I'm about to explain to you. I agree with this part of the feminist movement women were dealing with toxic, narcissistic men. I agree with that. And so they needed their rights to deal with these type of dudes. I agree with that. They needed different laws to be set where they could deal with these type of dudes. Understandable. It needed to happen. So y'all have all this power behind y'all. Y'all really do. That's why when women ultimately build up the courage to lead the relationship, guess what happened? Once when y'all lead the relationship, guess what happened? If you're married, right? Guess what? You have the power of the federal court system by your side. You do. We don't, but you do. And that's the honest truth. So ultimately, women do have power over the relationship. They really do. And ultimately, we are the catch. But here's something else I want y'all to think about too. Now, the problem about this situation is that women be catching the wrong thing. Say it again. Women be catching the wrong thing. Or you can think about it like this. Women be catching the wrong type of fish. Instead of you catching that fish that's going to be suitable for your needs, right? In a positive way, guess what y'all do? Y'all go after the big sharks. Y'all go after the predators of the sea. That's what y'all do. Y'all go after the great white sharks. Y'all go after the orcas out there. These very dangerous fish out there. That's what y'all do. Oh, I don't hear nothing. I just hear awkward silence. That's what y'all do. Instead of going after something that's going to be sustainable, y'all want to go after something that's temporarily that will be ultimately be destructive. That's what y'all do. Therefore, that's the reason why a lot of your sisterhood, right? A lot of your sisterhood is part of this modern day woman movement. Guess what? Every last one of them. Guess what they say? And this is the reason why I have my platform and I'll be reviewing them all the time. Guess what? When we ask them about what type of man that they look for, guess what they always say? They say two things. They say they want a man who's going to take care of them, meaning that they want a man who's a part of the 5 to 1% margin. They want a man who makes some 6 figures or higher. And they want a man who will sexually please them. That's what they say every single time. They will leave us men, right? The ones who are under that margin, right? They think that we're not worthy of them. That's what they do. They think we're not worthy of them. So they'll go after these bigger predators. Go after these sharks. And guess what happened? They get bit. Y'all see how this making sense? These sharks are these narcissistic men that I'm talking about. These sharks are these beta male simps that I'm talking about. That's what y'all go after. And I know y'all in the chat or y'all gonna review this video, y'all gonna say, oh my God, not me, Urban. If all I'm gonna say is this, if the shoe fits, then wear it. If it doesn't apply to you, then just let it fly and just listen. Get some advice from me, okay? Just let it fly. All right? But that's what y'all go after. Y'all go after these predators. Hence, these narcissistic dudes, these beta male simps, knowing good and well that these dudes are going to treat you wrong, but you don't care. Because all you want is the moment. You want the thrill of it. Do you know sometimes when people, right, when they go out to the ocean, right, and they go out into the sea, right, and they put themselves into one of these, put themselves into what's known as a short tank, right? Do you know the reason why they do that? They do that not only to study the type of one species of the short, but they also do that for the thrill of it. They do it for the thrill of it. They do it because it's just so exciting. It's so exhilarating. Same thing with these modern day women. They go after these shorts, these predators, these men out there, right? Go after them. It's just the whole excitement of it, the thrill of it. Then once when that cage break, you think you're being protected, right, within that confines of the cage, right? But the moment when that short figure out how to get to that cage, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Cage is going to break open, and you're going to normally they get a rude awakening. They're like, oh damn, this really is scary. This really is life-threatening. And guess what happened? After when that shark ended up biting them, right, they know how to be untreated, right? Guess who they rely on to heal them? Us. The man who's in the bottom of the sea. Us normal fishes. They say this, accept me for who I am. Instead of them going through the process of fully being healed, they have this expectation that they want us to help them to heal for a decision that they made. And I'm being real with you as a man. I'm being straight up real with y'all on this. They expect us to heal them, not go out and get help professionally, right? But they expect us. It is their expectation that it is our duty to heal them. And the reason why they do that is because of the entitlement mentality, and also the reason why they do that is because of the thing of it's a man's duty to protect and provide. Part of that protection and provide is not just monetary resources. They believe that we should be providing resources mentally as well too, especially when they have been damaged and hurt. Now, once again, I know that this don't apply to all women. I'm only talking about modern day women with this type of behavior. I know that. But this is the reason why they get into this relationship with these normal dudes, right? This is the reason why their relationship don't last, is because they've been broken. They've been hurt. And so when they actually deal with a person who generally care about them, guess what they do? They sabotage that relationship. Because all in their mind, instead of them getting over that traumatic fear or that short biting them, right, getting help to get over that and overcome that, right, all they see in their mind is that same short coming after them over and over and over and over again. Eventually, that very person that's there with them right now, right, all they see is that person is the same short. Kid you not. That's the reason why it is what it is. But let's continue, y'all. I hope I'll give y'all some quality content as well too, because I'm breaking this thing down so y'all can understand. All right. So let's continue.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you're saying.
Cause I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles, is what you're saying.
Now there's a reason. There's a reason why Jonathan Owens is saying this. Okay. The reason why Jonathan Owens was saying that, right? He was saying that he really wasn't ready. Is because of this. He was saying that because he was honestly thinking that he didn't qualify for Simone Biles. He was thinking that he didn't qualify for her. Even though he's a great athlete with great accolades, at that particular time, there was a lot of things that was going on with him, which we're going to discuss in a little bit. There are a lot of things that he was dealing with, especially mentally. Okay. So at that particular time, in that moment, not right now, but in the past, in that moment, he honestly believed that he didn't qualify for her. He honestly believed that he wasn't worthy of receiving the type of love, support, and admiration that she was going to give to him. That's why he was saying what he was saying.
That's what you're not gonna say that. That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this my third year. You know, I'm trying to. I'm like, it's kind of early. But you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expected. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. You know, we just laughed the whole night. Man, play. Look, go ahead.
I really want to talk about football. Did you tell her you didn't know who she was?
Actually, my question to her was like, who's your competition? I didn't know nothing about gymnastics, so I'm just asking her.
Nobody.
Yeah, and that's what she's like. She told me like myself. That's the most vivid memory I have of that. She was like, myself. I'm like, nah, for real. Like, who do you compete with? She's like, you know, myself. It's because most of the time it comes down to if I mess up or not. And I'm like, and the moment where I knew she was the real deal, we were going to. I think she had a gym invitational.
No, it was milk and cookies.
I was milk
and cookies before that.
Yo, went to get
milk and cookies and
cookie spot in Houston, the
number one rated cookie spot, and it was so many. I think it was like a Sunday we went. It was all these moms, and you know they're there with their kids, and we walked past, and everybody stopped and just. Kids are like shaking, and it was like, oh my God, and I'm like.
You thought it's because you thought you were fine, huh?
Man, nah. This was funny. They asking me, they like, here, can you take this picture? And I'm like,
So, Jay, what you're doing right now is confirming that she is actually the best in the world at flipping the script.
She flipped the
She
script.
shot her shot.
She did though. Because if she wouldn't have messaged me, chances are, like, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would just, mine would have went somewhere else and wouldn't have thought to, you know, but she messaged me, and I mean, like I said, the rest is history, man.
Honestly, in truth, Simone Biles is lucky.
For what?
Because she took a chance. She lucky because she wouldn't have all that. Jonathan said she wouldn't have all that.
Hey, now.
Because he had time.
Jonathan,
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
All right.
We matched. I was just the first to message. As soon as I clicked, ooh, I like him, it matched. So he had already liked my profile, which that means
She
I was
always
just the first.
say we match
No,
first.
baby, we matched, but I was the first to message.
Yeah, you
I was not
messaged me.
scared.
She messaged. She wasn't scared. I
See,
give her that.
I know what I like and I know what I want.
Y'all are young newlyweds.
Period.
Don't let people bring that shit in y'all house. Don't let this man do that. Don't do that.
I'm not trying to bring them shit nowhere, Freddie. This man's a hell of a safety. He
only
will
the best
never
on the
be
planet.
as good as a safety as this little motherfucker is as a gymnast.
Yeah, I want that to go ahead and play all the way through. I was going to give like commentary in it, but I wanted y'all to fully understand the whole premises of what was really going on. Because once again, people only took the certain clips of this, right, to try to prove their argument. But I wanted to present to y'all the actual truth about what was going on. Okay, so you could formulate your own perspective about this. Okay. So you could do that. Just the same way how I formulate my own perspective about this. Now, one thing about me is that whenever I see information that's trending, right, what I do, I don't necessarily jump immediately on the bandwagon. I don't. I wait. I wait and I wait and I wait. I wait till more information develop. I wait and I wait some more. Even if it take like a week or even a month for the information to develop, right? I wait. Then once when all that information came forth, that's when I come back and present it to y'all. Because when I present it to y'all, I don't want to present it not in a way that I'm just straight trolling, right? But I want to present truth to y'all as well too, so y'all can understand my perspective. When I give my perspective, my argument about it, you can understand where I'm coming from about this. Okay, versus a one-sided argument. That's why when I was sharing with y'all these clips, right, I share with y'all the negative part about this, what people are saying, the positive part about this, the neutral part about this, and the actual truth about what is going on right now. Because that's what you're supposed to do, especially if you're reporting information. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. But yeah, so he was saying he was saying certain things, right? He was saying certain things that I want y'all to pay attention to. Now let's go back to that video that we was watching earlier, and this is going to go to my final one thought about this whole entire situation. All right, this video right here with this content creator talking about Jonathan and his performance. All right, Catcher, what's up with it? Salute.
He is also this dude, number 34, the guy who had the perfect angle to make a tackle and looked like my grandmother out there getting absolutely cooked for a touchdown against the Chargers. Chris Godwin had 155 yards against the Packers thanks to number 34 who was trying to tackle his own teammates. And on this play, you can see him standing completely still in the end zone while the receiver scores a touchdown right next to him. Sometimes you literally need a graph to show how bad his coverage is because he was one-on-one here and just tracked the route number 34 takes on this play since it is actually unbelievably bad. Basically, he's a terrible NFL safety compared to Simone Biles, who is the greatest women's gymnast in history. But the funniest part is that they met on a dating app, which means if I had just downloaded Hinge, I could have had Simone Biles. While number 30...
No, that is not true whatsoever. You have to go through a certain criteria to even be a part of this dating app, because this dating app is only exclusively for people who are in the top 10% or higher. Okay, it's not for everyday Joes like us. So no, that's not true. The most you could download is Tinder, POF, Christian Mingle, and all that stuff. That's your space, all right. But their space, no.
Claims to not have known who she was before they started seeing each other when bro was tweeting about Gabby Douglas during the summer of 2012.
All right, so let's talk about this final thought. All right, notice that this particular content creator, right, he focused only on his failures that he was doing in the NFL. Notice that, but there's a reasoning behind this. Okay, there's a reasoning. Here's the reasoning, okay? We're going to break this thing down so once again, y'all can understand what was going on. Should I show this for? Should I? Let's go to his reasoning first, then I'll come back to this other clip. Let's go.
A big advocate in the mental health space.
Now, once again, a lot of people looked over this particular segment of this same show. A lot of people looked over this, but I got it. So let's review it, y'all. And y'all gonna understand why all this stuff was happening the way it was with him.
A big advocate in the mental health space. Mm-hmm. How does she help you with those challenges of being a pro NFL player? A lot of ups and downs, man. Maybe not having the confidence that you talked about.
I'm glad you brought that up, man. Me and her, man, we had a conversation before the first game. Like, maybe, because, we get that break before, right after camp, you get that weekend. And I'm watching film, and I said, babe, look at this. Like, I thought I did. She's like, you look a little slow right there. And I'm like, girl, what you talking about? She's like, no, you just look like you're thinking too much. And, like, because I know who's, like, anybody else, any other woman other than her, I'd have been like, man, what are you talking about? But she said that, and she's like, I just been noticing it, I noticed it for a while. I just didn't say anything to you, but she did. And when I thought about it, my coaches have told me that, because I'm very I've always been like a nerd in school, very analytical thinker, and she told.
Now, to give y'all a understanding of what he's saying, he's simply saying that he is a Sigma male, okay? A lot of us Sigma males are the same exact way, where we're very intelligent. We're not only we're intelligent, right? We are particular about being as perfect as possible. With us being particular about being as perfect as possible, we are very, very critical, not on people, but we're very critical on ourselves. We're very critical on ourselves. So I want y'all to understand that. Let's continue.
And it brought it to my attention, and it was slowing me down just because I went to the sports site guy with the Packers, and he told me it was called paralysis by analysis. So you trying to be so aware of everything that's going on that you freeze yourself and you know what I mean? And that would happen to me, and it would be time.
Facts. Now, before we continue with his point, I'm gonna share this with y'all too. So once again, y'all can understand why he's saying what he said, okay? And this is gonna drive home the overall point why he said that he is the catch, okay? Now, let me share this video with y'all of Simone Biles, okay?
Simone Biles opens up about twisties and her mental health. Simone Biles is
Now, this video is talking about Simone Biles and her mental health. Now, once again, y'all remember earlier in the show, I mentioned to y'all back when she was in the Olympics in Tokyo, right? She had that mental breakdown. That happened 2 years ago. She had that mental breakdown where she decided to pull out of the Olympics because of different mental reasons, health reasons going on with her. I believe her aunt passed away and all kind of stuff that was happening to her in her life, okay? So listen to this.
Simone Biles opens up about twisties and her mental health. Simone Biles is almost always on time for her Aminar vault. There have been occasions when she has peeled off during uneven bar routines, when her landings on the floor have included canyon-sized steps, and when she's tried to cut the balance beam in half with a saw. But as risky and difficult as it is, the Aminar has always been one of her most reliable abilities. So it was evident something was amiss when she completely lost her way in the middle of the 2.5 twist during the women's team final at the Tokyo Games. Biles admitted to having twisties during a late-night news conference on Tuesday. Twisties is a term for a mental block in which gymnasts lose spatial awareness when performing complex abilities. For gymnasts, it's a well-known, horrifying, and hazardous sensation. So what are the twisties? It's a term that immediately ignited debate among gymnasts who recognize how perilous the situation must have been. However, it's a term that is unfamiliar to the rest of the globe. The twisties have been described by gymnasts as a mental obstacle, a sudden mental block such as the yips in golf. Can cost you a putt or a game in several sports. In gymnastics, it can cause a person to lose their sense of space and dimension while in the air, causing them to lose control of their body and perform unintentional twists or flips. In the worst case scenario, they may find themselves unable to safely land. On Tuesday, Biles, one of the sport's finest competitors, appeared disorientated while attempting a vault and fell as she landed.
All right, so in gymnastics, they call this twisties, right? But listen to what Jonathan was saying about this, all right? Listen to what Jonathan was saying about this, once again, which is the same as that thing.
And it brought it to my attention, and it was slowing me down just because I went to the sports psych guy with the Packers, and he told me it was called paralysis by analysis. So,
paralysis by analysis, okay? So meaning that this is something that happens to people who perform on a high level, okay? What do I mean by that? This happened to people, let me put it out this way. There were, as you say, normal people out there that perform on a normal level, that they do normal routines, that sometimes normal people will experience this, right? Where it's kind of like a mental blockage, right? But athletes and people who have a higher level of intelligence, right? They have a mental blockage as well too. I'm one of them people who also have a mental blockage, because I don't know if y'all notice this, but sometimes when I be doing my shows, one moment I'll be having a hell of a good show, the next moment I'll just be struggling for real. The reason why is because we be having this type of mental blockage. It happens, okay? It happens. Paralyzed by analysis, or as she call it, twisties. Now, how does mental blockage happen? It occurs for two reasons, okay? Let me switch the screen real quick. It occurs for two reasons, okay? Two reasons. It occurs when you are on high level of stress, when you're stressing about certain situations, like, say, for example, the death in the family. And it also occurs when you are fatigued, physically and mentally as well too. It happens. Now, just because all these people sit up here critiquing Jonathan, right? Talk about, oh, who is he? We don't know who he is. Then the last person that we watched, oh, look at him. He didn't know how to do this right. He didn't do that right. Everyone experienced this type of mental blockage, especially when you're performing at a high level. Everyone experienced that. Whether you're on this high level, whether you're normal, whatever, everybody experienced that. Everybody have experienced at one point in time, like, matter of fact, here's another example of this mental block too. All of us have been to school, right? Whether you would say high school, whether you graduate from high school, whether you went to college, you got a GED, whatever the case may be, right? All of us have experienced this type of mental blockage, right? Where we just forget. Like, say for example, you're taking a test, right? And you just study hard for this test, right? You just study hard for the answers and everything. Then the moment when you come and take this test, guess what happened? You start getting nervous. You start second guessing yourself, right? You know the answer. You know 2 + 2 is 4, obviously, right? You know the answer is 4. But in your mind, you start getting a mental block. You start shutting down. Like, is 2 + you start doubting yourself. Wait a minute, is 2 + 2 really 4? Or is it 6? I don't know. When you obviously know the answer. That's what happens when you have that mental block. Same thing with him. He know how to perform as a one safety in the NFL. He been taught that. Throughout his whole entire life, he went through middle school training for this. High school training for this, college training for this, and still training for this in the combine and training for this in the NFL. Even right now, they still go over plays over and over again. Hell, he was telling them that he was reviewing plays with his wife. But it happens. But it took for his wife to give him a critical analysis and say, hey, babe, no, that ain't what that is. You looked at it kind of sluggish on that. When she pointed that out, he looked, you know what? You're right. You're right about that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how the way relationships supposed to be. This is the reason why he is saying that he's the catch. This is the reason why. It's because he have a woman who support him. She's not just there just to procreate with him. She's not just there to get a financial gain from him or a celebrity status for him. No, she's there for more than that. She's there for companionship. She's there to support him because, keep in mind, she been through the same exact thing. She been through the same exact thing, that same mental block. She been through that. So through divine nature, through the universe, the universe end up bringing them together so they can have the opportunity to come out and display it out to y'all that this is the reality of relationships. This is the reality of being human. Facts. But let's continue on with the final part of this video, and I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts.
You trying to be so aware of everything that's going on that you freeze yourself, and you know what I mean? And that would happen to me, and it would be times where she'd leave the game and be like, babe, you just look a little slow today. Mm-hmm. I'm like, girl, be quiet, like, what but when she did that, it made me, have to work on myself, because I did realize, like, I was confident, but it was almost like pretend confidence just because I know I'm supposed to be confident because I'm in the NFL, In my mind, I still hadn't proved myself enough. And man, we had that conversation, and I went, to the sports psych guy, just talked to him about it. And he's just kind of telling me everything that was going on. And he told me about like imposter syndrome and just thinking that you are, everyone else thinks.
Imposter syndrome is a real thing, by the way. That really is. That is a real thing. When I went through therapy myself, right? I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? I experienced having that mental block, imposter syndrome, and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I experienced that. And once again, the reason why is because even me as a male, I honestly don't believe that I have competition with people. I honestly don't. But however, I do believe that the only competition that I do have is me. I honestly believe that. So that's why I am so critical of myself. That's why I perform at the level that I do, to be at my very best, because I'm competing against me. If I know I could be myself, then I know damn well I could be anyone. It doesn't matter. Same thing with him. Same thing with Simone. We are all one and the same. We all think alike. We really do.
That you're something else, you know, and but in your mind you still don't feel like you deserve it, you know. That was really something that I was dealing with. Side guy a few times a week, man, talking with him, and she told me though, she's like that's what I like right there, you know, and just seeing how fast and just quick and just making fast full speed decisions. It was a game we had against the Rams. I'm in cover 3 in curl flat. Quarterback dropped the snap. It's a rainy game. He dropped the snap, man. I'd shoot the B gap like. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm in coverage. I shoot the B gap and I go get a strip sack, and it's like critical part in the game. And it was just,
fellas, I don't know if y'all remember this game, but this is one of the best games that Jonte actually had at that moment. And that moment really defined his career, where he's at right now. Just like I say, right now, he is a really, really good safety. He is really good safety with the Packers right now.
It wasn't even, you know, and she's like, I was surprised you went that fast. Like, I didn't think you were going to, you know what I mean? And so that was the moment I told her, I was like, you know, whenever I write a book one day, you know, I'm going to come back to this situation, like this conversation we had. Like, we just laying in the bed, man. I'm watching my iPad, and she tell me that. But, you know, that's what, like, I think about all the time. You know, I'm telling her that was the big moment in my career where I feel like my trajectory in my career changed, because I started 17 games last year, but I was kind of forced into a vet role, but I was still new. I had only started 3 games before I started out 17 last year. Yeah, so I'm really having to try to accelerate. Like, I got to help, you know, kind of help bring him along too. But like I said, I'm not saying it was pretend, but I had to play this role of, you know, I'm a vet, but really I'm just as young as you, Peter. You know, in my mind, that's how I used to think about it. Right. But man, when we had that conversation, it just, you know, she just opened my mind to
Facts. So I'm sharing all this information for y'all today because, once again, I want y'all to understand the whole concept of why he said what he said. Okay. Because like I say, people will only just go by a little clip and they'll just run with it. They'll troll with it. They'll do all these different things. Do y'all know that it been people going on their IG and stuff, right? They said something as simple as "Merry Christmas, everyone" from the Owens. They said something as simple as that. Do you know it's people that went onto their IG account, sitting up here trolling their IG account, messaging, set up here encouraging Simone to divorce him? Do y'all know that? You know people are doing that right now. But I guarantee that if Simone were to divorce him, right, I guarantee the very same women and stuff, right, who are saying that, I guarantee that at a moment's notice, they'll be quick to jump in that dude DM. They'll be quick to jump in that dude DM, and they find out that Simone had divorced that dude, or they divorced, or even being separated. They'll be quick to try to jump on that. They'll be quick to try to jump on that opportunity. Want to know why? It's because deep down inside, even though they sit up pretending to me, who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? In reality, they know who he is, just like they know who Simone is. They know who Jonathan is. They know who he is. Then even if they didn't, it didn't matter because he's an NFL player, so it don't even matter. Don't matter. Do y'all know that there's some players on the NFL that people don't know about, but they are a crucial part of the team, but they don't get as much recognition as the main star players, which is the quarterback, which is the receivers, the running backs, some cornerbacks, you know what I'm saying, defensive ends, right? Matter of fact, one of the 2 critical players on the team that don't get a whole lot of recognition until that moment happens is what? The kicker and the punter. They don't get no recognition, anything like that. Hell, people don't even know that they even exist until that critical moment happens where they end up calling them to create a critical moment. They call them to kick a field goal. They call them to either punt the ball or kick the ball off a certain way. But just because people don't know who they are or really know their name, they don't got no Wheaties cereal box name after them or anything like that, that doesn't mean that they're not known. That doesn't mean that they're not a crucial part of the team. Same thing with Jonathan. Just because people really don't know his name, which people know now, he still is a critical part of the team. Y'all need to understand that. When he stated earlier, as I'm closing my thoughts on this, when he stated earlier that he is the prize, he's not lying about that because he is. He's the prize for Simone. He's the prize for Simone is because Simone chose him. Just the same exact way as, remember when, we're grown adults, right? Remember when we was younger, right? We go to, some type of activity like nowadays, they call it Dave & Buster's or Main Event or whatever place, right? And, they had that little vending machine, right, where you have the claw in there, right? And you play that game of the claw, you put your coin in, you play the game of the claw, and the claw goes down and it grabs what they need to grab, then it'll put it in there, right? Do you know that in order for that machine to work, guess what you have to do? You have to play the game. You have to initiate it. You have to put the coin in. And I want y'all to think about this. Normally, you have to put the coin in. It has to be a right amount of change to go in there. You can't put a dime in the machine because it's just going to reject it. You can't put no rusty, dusty penny in there because it's going to reject it. You have to put in the right amount of coin, which is a quarter. Back then, them guys cost like 25 cents. Then it started going up to 50 cents. Then it started going up to 75 cents. Then $1 or whatever. But you have to make sure that you put in the right amount of coins in order to activate that game. Then once when you put the right amount of coins to activate that game, guess what? You push that button and it starts. And guess what? That cloud activate. And guess what you're doing? You are going through the selecting the certain prize that you're looking for. You're not just trying to choose any old type of thing. You're selecting a certain type of prize that you know is going to benefit from you. Why I'm saying this? Because Jonathan was the one who walked up and put the right amount of coins in that machine. Jonathan did. He put the right amount of coins in that machine to activate the machine. He did that. But however, it was Simone who responded, right? Because once when you put that coin in, guess what? That machine is going to respond to what you put inside of it, right? See, I'm getting deep with y'all, all right? So y'all can understand. It was Simone who activated, right? Then once when it activated, guess who selected him? Simone did. Jonathan did selected, Simone did. I'm pretty sure that she had a lot of different other dudes that she done seen, right? A lot of different dudes that she potentially matched with her, right? But guess what? she selected she was very particular, just like that Claude machine. She was very particular about what she wanted to go after. She said in an interview that she knew what she wanted, right? Y'all heard that, right? She said in an interview, I knew what I wanted and I went after what I wanted. She didn't need our approval to do that. She didn't need our critique of validation to do that. She chose that. She did. She chose that. And guess what? She chose. She got a prize, which is Jonathan. She got a prize and she's spending time with him. Eventually, she enjoying it right now, and they're married. So I'm closing to say this, that indeed, Jonathan is the prize. Ladies, when you're going out there and selecting the right man to be in a relationship with, it's important for you to select the right dude. It's important for you to make sure that this dude is going to properly fit whatever it is that you're looking for. Don't be going out there and playing the game and just selecting any old type of thing or any old type of dude. I think all of us need to learn from this situation with Jonathan and Simone Biles-Owens. I think it's an important lesson to learn here. Even right now, they're enjoying their life. They're enjoying each other. But yet and still, there are people out there who want to see this relationship end because their lack of understanding, because they selected the wrong prize. And the only reason why they're doing that is simply because they're not understanding that concept. They're not understanding the concept, but when they do play their game, that they need to choose wisely. So, other than that, y'all, that is all that I have with this particular podcast episode. So, y'all let me know. Do y'all agree with my perspective on this? Do you disagree with my perspective on this? Let me know. Let me know how you feel. Going to address the chat one more time, and we're going to end this show. I appreciate y'all staying as long as y'all did to tune into this show. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Kiss, I see you pulled up in the building as well too. Appreciate you. Salute. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone else who are tuned in right now, I appreciate it a whole lot. Cherish, Scorpio, I appreciate you. Captain pulled up, appreciate you. Who else pulled up? Sour Patch, I see you in the building. You pulled up as well too. Thank you so much for pulling up. Gary, appreciate you pulling in as well too in the building. El Cheapo, thank you so much. Show enough, thank you so much. Selena, thank you as well too. And everyone else who are watching Andy Bushes as well, thank you so much for tuning in into the show as well too.
Robbie says night-night to everybody.
My daughter said night-night to y'all as well too. Yeah, because my daughter she be coming into the studio and she be watching the show. So yeah. But other than that, thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know. Let me know what y'all think about this, okay? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? It is fine. I welcome it, okay? Other than that, y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. Peace out, and y'all enjoy y'all day.